Back to the race for the White House and the first in the nation primary set for tomorrow in New Hampshire. Our Zohreen Shah sat down with the voters in the fiercely independent live free or die state to take their temperature on what issues matter most to them. And that all-important question some are still pondering with less than 24 hours to go, which candidate they'll support.
I love you, New Hampshire.
For decades, New Hampshire has been the first primary in the country. Retail politics, the name of the game here in the live free or die state. And as ever, independent voters loom large at this early make or break moment in the primary season. We sat down with 6 highly engaged voters we met at campaign events around New Hampshire.
How many events have all of you been to?
Okay, at least 30, 35 maybe.
Yeah, probably 30.
Probably 25.
Raise your hand if you're an independent voter.
Independents make up over 40% of New Hampshire voters. And on Election Day, they can request a Republican or Democratic ballot.
We're the middle child, you know, that keeps peace in the family.
And despite just a few left to choose from,
We ran out of candidates. They all dropped out. I mean,
some are still on the fence at the 11th hour.
Raise your hand if you're an undecided voter.
I've changed my mind about a dozen times so far.
These voters telling us issues that matter the most to them.
But when you speak to the average working class voter, they have increasing debt. Everything has become more expensive for them, and that's what they're feeling.
The candidate courting these undecided voters the hardest, Nikki Haley.
Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of a two-person race.
Haley's team is making a major play for independents.
We're getting conservatives, we're getting moderates, we're getting independents.
But with the GOP field down to 2, can the strategy be a winning one?
Historically, if you're betting your campaign success on independent voters voting in a party primary for you, you're fighting uphill and then some.
Is this state a must-win for her?
If Haley's not able to put together a win here, I think then you have to ask, well, where's her next best shot?
Haley is down roughly 10 points to Trump, a number that could change after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis suspended his campaign.
If we don't have a clear path to victory, accordingly, I am today suspending my campaign.
And even though the Republican contest is the competitive one, some on our panel are considering voting Democrat this year.
Who is going to pull a Republican ballot? 4 people are going to pull a Republican ballot. Who's going to pull a Democratic ballot? So 2 people still figuring it out.
The candidate they are considering may surprise you.
I'm leaning toward Dean Phillips.
I'm leaning towards Dean Phillips.
Biden and the DNC removed the president's name from the New Hampshire ballot because they wanted the more diverse South Carolina to be first this time. Phillips is polling 50 points behind Biden in New Hampshire, and the delegates won't even count.
You all ready for some change?
But it's possible Dean Phillips' numbers could raise eyebrows.
Is Joe Biden about to get embarrassed in this state on Tuesday?
I think so.
I see almost everyone nodding.
My vote for Dean is against Biden.
The other 3 voters are split between Trump, Haley, and our 6th person is now undecided. 4 years ago, in the general election, 4 of these voters backed Trump. 1 for Biden, the last a third-party candidate. One thing this group does seem to agree on.
I think President Trump is going to win. I think after New Hampshire, I think if he wins this state, Nikki Haley has to win it in order for it to continue. But if she loses this state and Ron DeSantis loses, the election's over.
Who agrees with Cooper? Who thinks that Donald Trump is going to win on Tuesday?
I don't want him to win, but I think it's wishful thinking that he's not. But
that's the one thing I think that everyone agrees on. Does it feel like this country is angrier right now than it was before?
Unbelievable.
Unlike parts of the country, after the 2020 election, this group seemingly at peace with their deep differences.
Sitting here today with very divergent opinions about who we're supporting, but we were all civil. Whatever candidate gets elected, we have to find a way to converse with each other in a civil manner and respect other people. Everybody here, everybody in this country is right to vote for who they want.
We'll all be watching how it plays out tomorrow. Our thanks to Zohreen for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.